Alright, we're back. This feels like the ultimate episode. It might not be, but this is kind of what it's just feeling like. We're gonna find out. The mountains that border the labyrinth are exactly what you would expect. Harsh, pointed peaks that remind you of things completely unscalable. Last time, we got our rock back. We got a null water drink. We got Czar's book. And we got a charged zinger. Okay. And we also got killed by these tiger people. We need to figure out what they want. And can't help but notice they're all waiting around a fire pit. But I, as far as I know, don't know how to start fire. The heat spell doesn't start fires. It only makes things warm. How? What could I do to these tigers? It is not activate the zinger. I tried that in the last episode. They're wounded? Wait, they're wounded? Do I seriously give them the salve? Oh my. Okay, yeah, death. Alright. Wounded tiger peeps. Can I leave? No. Wounded tiger peeps. Wounded tiger peeps. Wounded tiger peeps. I don't know. None of these seem correct. I mean, I'll try casting heat on their fire pit. Okay, I don't even have time to cast a spell. I don't know. There's nothing else here, right? What if I do this and then I leave? And then I cast heat on the choke vines to bring them back to life. The frost disappears as the heat spell takes hold. At first, the plants move sluggishly, but as the torpidity subsides, they resume their normal activity. The tiger creatures fall on you in a fury of teeth and claws. At that moment, everything in the world is sharp and covered with blood. What? I mean, that was my plan. If I cast heat now, do they wake up over time? Alright. Am I missing something here? I feel like if I reactivate the vines, they should get captured by the things. Why else did they make it so that I could reactivate them? I guess that's not it, because the vine... It said there in the dialogue at the bottom that the vines captured me. Let me try one thing real quick. I'm gonna cast heat on these again. What happens if I cast heat on them again? Like I get them even warmer. Yes, yes. No, that wasn't it. Alright, I guess it doesn't have to do with the vines. Unless there's something with the vines I'm not getting. How far can I run from these? Any further without them overtaking you? The tiger creatures hesitate when they come to the field, but after observing your safe crossing, they charge in after you. When you pause to look back, they're already about halfway across. Now, when they see you, they start sprinting. Okay, I guess the next screen is just weird. Maybe this is where I have to do it. The tiger creatures are caught in the middle of the field when the vines reawaken. The plants wrap around their struggling prey and drag them off to separate spires. With wild eyes, the tiger creatures watch lightning strike a spire only a few hundred yards to the west. It then strikes the next closest spire and proceeds to work its way down the line. Soon, the lightning blasts the two closest spires. The stench of cooking tiger meat reaches you, even here. Wow. That was quite violent. I just don't really understand the geometry of what's happening here. So I stepped through the labyrinth gate. And I walked north. And I walked north again. And I guess this is me. I turn around and look at the gate. But then why would the tiger people be to the northeast? Like, this compass rose does not always make sense. I did not understand spatially what was going on here. Whatever. Okay, we got a fire pit, we got some rocks, we got some trees, we got a skull. Take the skull. We slide one of the skulls off. Throw down a save so we don't have to do that again. I'm sure that there'll be a lot of instant deaths in this area. The fire pit looks well used. The tiger creatures have camped here for some time. You wonder how this has affected the nearby village. Can I take this rock? Sit on. You sit down on the stone, but find the sharp edges and bumps almost painful. It must be much more comfortable when your butt is covered with fur. Okay, I can try to put something... I can put this cloth on my butt. Alright, anything interesting about the trees? Can I climb them? The trees seems to be nothing but points and edges. Getting a decent handhold would be almost impossible. Alright, let's look at the skull. It's definitely the skull of a tiger man. These beasts are frightening enough to confront face to face, but having to stare at one of their skulls is a distinctly unpleasant experience. The skull has sharp fangs, but a small brain pan, which isn't all that surprising. I can talk to it? Alas, poor tiger, I knew you not. But then again, if I did, I probably would have wanted to kill you too. Okay. Wow, that's a cool design. Stalagmites, bone. More bones. Half-buried bones stick up from the ground. These are obviously the remains of the tigermen. It appears that they are just sophisticated enough to bury their dead. It must have been a tough decision for them, respect their fallen comrades, or lunchtime. Okay. Stalagmites. Sharp stone spikes jut into the cave from the ceiling and floor. Am I to understand that if I were to resurrect a Tiger Man, it would kill a Tiger Man? The crude cave paintings depict a dark god of the tiger creatures, presumably Death, chasing after its tiny feline followers and shooting bolts of lightning. It is clothed in a black robe, which shows only a skull-like head. It's an interesting insight into the Tiger Man religion. I just solved the puzzle. I instantly knew what to do. We put the robe on. Make sure the robe is on. Alright. You put the skull on. How do I wear the skull? There we go. You slip the robe over the Tiger Man's skull and reach your arm through it, your hand manipulating the jawbone. You do a quick ventriloquist act, including some hilarious one-liners about how many tiger creatures does it take to screw in a glow lamp, but quickly become bored, so you disassemble your creation, but not before noting its resemblance to the painting in the burial cave. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's really not going to be the solution? Maybe I am going to have to assemble something. Can I take this off? Can you combine this with this? No. I think the lightning comes from the, You slip the tiger creature's skull over the central prong of the electric zinger. There we go. I knew that was the solution. Okay. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, well, maybe it'll let me fix it. Okay, hold on. I didn't know that double clicking would have done that. Alright, so take the bone. Look at the cave painting. Combine... No. Take this and combine it with that. Take this and combine it with that. Okay. Alright, I think that's all we wanted to do. Let's hit save. We're gonna save a lot here. Right, 51. Alright, where do we go? This way? This way. You stand on the outskirts of a village in the throes of battle. A pack of tiger men circle a group of patrons huddled under a magic shield. We'll use this. Activate. You pull the switch attached to the electric zinger. The contraption flies out of your hands, twisting and turning in the air, accompanied by a screeching metallic whine. The black robe flops back and forth, and lightning flies from the eyes of the mounted skull. All the combatants stare up at the apparition. The tiger creatures point and hiss at the flying sideshow, and then scatter in random directions, pure terror in their eyes. When the zinger's power drains, it drops out of sight somewhere in the forest. The shield around the huddled villagers finally falls. Methodically, they begin to scatter through the village, locating and tending to the wounded. One man, seriously injured, lies in front of you. The headman of the village, who valiantly supported the magic shield for so long, approaches the wounded man and summons a healer. A nervous-looking young woman rushes over, nearly dropping her package of healing herbs and implements. She surveys the horrible wounds sustained by the fallen patron and gasps. But a stern look from the headman prods her into her routine. She tries to clean and dress the wounds, but they are just too severe. You can tell she is inexperienced and that this case is too much for her. Focused on attempting to close the wounds of the man lying in front of her, the healer ignores you. Can I give her salve? Seriously, salve? No. Okay, I guess not. This has no use. I never expected... let's give him... I think that's a little too similar to the dragon. I never expected you to return. I should kill you for what you done. If you hadn't driven those tiger creatures off, I would kill you. Why you did that after you led them here in the first place is beyond me. Leave me now. You've done enough damage. What are you talking about? I didn't lead the creatures here. Of course you did. Not more than 2 hours ago. You and Lord Zar passed through this village. Unwittingly, we helped you. We gave you current directions towards the center, because for some reason, that's where you wanted to go. You were very pleasant then. You thanked us and went on your way. Shortly thereafter, you returned alone, leading a charge of tiger creatures. During the battle, you disappeared. I don't know why I don't got you right now. We lost more men in the skirmish than we have in a month of fighting. Now this encampment is compromised. We'll have to move as soon as we're able. You'll have to, and we have you to thank for it. That wasn't me. Lord Zar is accompanied by a shape-shifting dragon. I'm on their trail. A shape-shifting dragon? What do you think I am? A point-and-click adventure character or something? Something fierce like that? That's a new one. I wouldn't put it past the labyrinth, though. It's getting more and more devious every day. If this dragon accompanies Lord Zar, then as long as he doesn't realize the true nature of his companion, he's in mortal danger. My resources are meager, but I am willing to help you as I can. What would you have of me? Tell me about how the dragon got the tiger creatures to attack. It wasn't difficult. Remaining hidden from dangers of the labyrinth is a daily struggle. The pack of tiger creatures moved into the area not long ago. He paid them a visit, then came straight here. The entire pride followed, snarling for blood. The creatures were delighted to discover the village. They pounced and caught us completely by surprise. Many died in the first few moments. The rest rallied here in the center. Now, sorry, I'm still trying to decide what this guy's voice is. So I don't think he's going to be a major character, but I've kind of burned through all of the low-level easy ones that I can just summon.
We managed to shield ourselves until you arrived. I'm glad you came when you did. I don't know how much longer the magic would have lasted.
Can you tell me where Lord Zar and the dragon went when they left you?
Certainly. They entered the forest to the north, but that information won't help you much. The labyrinth reinvents itself all the time. Paths that Zar and the dragon followed could have vanished. Could even be pits or swamps. Only a skilled tracker could find them now.
The tracker is the wounded dude. Is there such a tracker in the village?
Yes, we do have such a man, but he was on guard duty when the beast attacked. He fought valiantly, but the pack was too large and he took over the brunt of the charge. He was eventually overcome. He is alive, but I fear that his wounds will prove fatal. The healer is with him now, but I don't have much help.
What dangers can I expect further along in the labyrinth?
I've never traveled backward through the labyrinth. Our goal is to leave here. Even so, though every step towards the final gate presents a challenge, I doubt that the labyrinth would prevent someone from penetrating deeper into it. It's akin to walking towards the center of a spider's web. When you finally arrive, you'll have a devil of a time getting back out. You'll be doing the labyrinth's job for it. Any obstacles you encounter are not likely to have been placed there by the labyrinth. More likely you will find traps set by the dragon. It seems to me that the attack of the tiger creatures was such a trap. Obviously, the dragon didn't care whether we defeated them or not. If we managed to defeat them, we would kill you on sight for losing them upon us. If we didn't, the whole area would be swarming with them. Either way, it would have been a rough going for you.
Never mind that. You have to tend to your wounded. In fact, is there anything I can do to help?
Regretfully, no. Unless you are more skilled than our current healer. Most of our people are either not seriously harmed or very seriously dead. Only the man on the ground here is in critical condition. Our healer works on him now, but I think she is helpless to do anything. He is fading fast.
Let me think on this. If I come up with anything, I'll ask.
Very well. I must instruct the survivors to begin packing up the village. We can't remain here for long. The scent of so much blood on the wind will draw predators from all parts of the labyrinth. If you think of anything, simply ask.
So I can't talk to her. Oh, okay. It let me do it this time. It didn't do it before.
Because of the severity of the man's wounds, you end up emptying the crock of healing salve over his chest. You can see gashes close up in the space of a few heartbeats. The healer gasps, but the headman nods. He looks at you with newfound respect. Finally, we use the salve. We've had it since, literally the beginning of the game. The healer is shocked, but she doesn't let this amazing development slow her down. Quickly, she packs away all of her tools and moves on to help other injured villagers. In her haste, she drops a cord, presumably used to stitch wounds. The headman stays on to direct the healthy patrons in packing up the village. It appears that he plans to quit this site soon. A cord. Hello, Tracker.
You healed me. Brought me back from the brink of death. I am indebted to you. You can see it in the way my jaw moves slightly forward and back.
What's that on your chest?
It was nothing. It was everything. I am in your debt, sir. I don't like being in someone's debt, sir. Tell me how I can repay you, sir.
I hear you're a pretty good tracker.
I know the labyrinth. I know its signs. I can sense how it changes. Sometimes, even how it will change. If I find the start of a trail, I will never lose my way.
I guess I could teach your healers a thing or two.
They do what they can. I know that no one could heal the wounds I had taken. You surprised me.
I'm running out of voices. I feel like these are all just very slight tonal changes on voices I've already used. I couldn't do much for your wardrobe though.
Clothes are clothes. I think my next jacket will be made out of tiger skin.
Do you think you could help me?
Of course. I am in your debt. Tell me what I must do to absolve myself of it.
I'm on the trail of Lord Zar and his companion, who happens to be a shape-shifting dragon, an SSD. Do you think you can find them?
Of course. That's what I do. Of course, I will accompany you while I track them. Of course, when I'm certain that we found them, my obligation will be to, of course, resolved. I must return to my village. Okay, we got a tracker. We got shelters. Can we enter the shelters? You poke your head into one of the shelters, but find it crowded with wounded, so you quickly depart. Can I go into that shelter? The simple shelters are sewn together hides of various animals. You recognize some, but others come from beasts the labyrinth must have spawned since you left. The huts are lightweight and portable, matching the nomadic nature of the patrons. And you don't have anything else to say, right? Yeah. Okay, let's go on. Let's run a save so we don't have to read all that dialogue again. Traveling at a pace you have trouble matching, and discovering small clues you would have never found. The tracker leads you through the dark wood. Eventually, you come upon a huge cave. A monster, which resembles a huge insect, though much more formidable, stands guard outside.
The trail ends here, into that cave. I've seen this cave before. There is no exit. Your quarry lies inside. The creature guarding the entrance is a Kaodin. I've only encountered that like once or twice before. And I can tell you this. If you spill its blood, every drop will grow into a duplicate of the monster. Only by killing it before it bleeds usually with a precise thrust through its heart, can keep it from regenerating. A sloppy attack, and you'll have an army of these things to contend with. Usually the best way to deal with this type of beast is to avoid it. I don't think you've got that luxury, though. If you're going into that cave, you'll have to go through the Kaodin. My obligation to you is over. I've led you to the end of the trail. The people of my village need my help, so I must return. Good luck.
The tracker bolts into the wood. Between one moment and the next, you've lost all trace of him. You're now alone, save for the delightful company of the Kaodin, of course. Cool. What's this music? So my thinking, while I was reading it, I was thinking it's the arrow, but I still don't have any way to shoot the arrow. No, I do. Okay, this goes to that. We made a bow. We have a bow, everyone. We have a bow. We finally have the bow. You slide the arrow alongside the bow to check for compatibility, and find that it's just about the right size. The bow is very primitive, and you don't think it can provide much accuracy, but at least it can propel the arrow with some force. Satisfied, you replace both in your inventory. Okay. Shoot the arrow. Is there any way to, like, specify its heart? With amazing accuracy, far more than you would have expected from such a primitive bow, you loose an arrow at the monster. The arrow penetrates straight through its heart, and the beast falls dead before a drop of its blood can fall. Unfortunately, the arrow has buried itself so deeply into the creature, it can't be retrieved. So we're like using all of our old items that we never had use for. That arrow we also had for a bajillion years. Attack it! You hack at the corpse of the monster for a while, but only manage to duel the shear further. Yeah, the shear! We used that to cut bushes once, and since have used it for every single attack. Okay. Okay. Is there any items here that we need to grab? Alright. Okay. Let's go. You walk toward the cave, but a familiar wave of fear washes over you. The leaden weight of terror pulls you to your knees. You can't force yourself to enter the opening, so I gotta drink my water. You take a swig of the water. Immediately you sense the effects. Your magic power drains away, making you feel as helpless as a newborn. But this also means that foreign magic cannot affect you. Okay. So, this means that from here on out, we are magic-free, I'm guessing. Hey, it's Buddy. Stalagmites and stalactites with knife-sharp edges stipple the cave. In the midst of them, Sangdrax waits patiently for you. Alright. You press on the stone and it collapses in the palm of your hand like a wad of paper. The green glow explodes around you, blinding you. When the spinning colors fade, you see that somehow the stone has summoned Zipnab, mounted atop his dragon. Why wasn't I able to do that earlier? You're so stunned by the sight that you drop the bottle you carry to the cave floor, where it shatters. Sangdrax hisses with anger and disbelief. His fury takes control, and lightning quick, he lashes out at the pair. He tries to bury his fangs into the neck of the new dragon, to inject his deadly venom into its body. But Zipnab's dragon is too fast. He rakes a claw across Sangdrax's face, and forces him back into the cave wall. The impact shakes the cave, and stuns Sangdrax. Can we see this animation? Come on, you were able to animate a lot of cool things. The good dragon takes the opportunity to place Zipnab out of harm's way, but Sangdrax springs up and pounces while the other dragon's back is turned. His back claw rips through the thin membrane covering the good dragon's wings. When the good dragon finally forces Sangdrax away, he is left with strips of loose flesh hanging from bones that once supported his glorious wings. He retreats from Sangdrax, dragging his wings and leaving a trail of blood behind him. Sangdrax laughs and positions himself for the death blow. Sangdrax leaps, but Zipnab's dragon... It's super weird that Sangdrax has a name, but Zipnab's dragon doesn't, so it's like... And Carl leapt upon the small child, and... but Zipnab's dragon dies beneath the attack, less wounded than he appeared to be. He sinks his teeth into Sangdrax's exposed underbelly, and tears a sizable chunk of flesh from his chest. Sangdrax screams and races away from the fight, towards the back of the cave. He sinks into the darkness until all you see are two red, glowing eyes.
You haven't beaten me,
Sangdrax rasps.
When I've led Zar to the vortex, he'll reform the world and this place will be no more. I don't think you'll survive, but if you somehow do, we'll meet again, and then I'll have my revenge.
The red eyes wink out, and Sangdrax is gone. You okay, buddy? The dragon's beauty is marred by horrible red wounds up along his back. His eyes are half-lidded, not in sleep this time, but in pain.
And I was just getting into the shower. You call it the most inopportune times, Hoplo.
Zipnab looks around the cave.
You've a knack for getting into trouble, my boy, and this is a doozy. My. Face to face with all the embodiment of evil. You've had a full day, and look what happened to my dragon. I'm afraid this is gonna have to come out of your security deposit, Hoplo.
That's all the rock did? Summon you here?
What did you expect it to do? Wasn't that enough? Think that I did a mite better than you would have in this fight?
The dragon looks at him sideways.
Well, I did have a little help. Nonetheless, we saved your bacon. I think we deserve a little gratitude.
My thanks, Zipnab. I appreciate your help. Zipnab grunts.
Of course you do. It's always nice to have the sight of good rescue from certain death. Every time it happens to me, I get goosebumps. Ooh, there's nothing better, I tell you, except maybe a really good pastrami sandwich with extra mayo.
I agree with Zipnab. I could have taken that dragon.
Well, you may get your chance, remember? Sangdrax is still on the loose, and my dragon doesn't look like he'd survive another direct confrontation. It may be up to you after all. I'm glad you have so much confidence. I'd be willing to take odds if you'd like to wager on your success. I'll give you, let's see, 300 to 1. Sound fair?
Why did you let Sangdrax escape?
I didn't see you there slugging it out with Sangdrax. I think my dragon did an admirable job in driving him off. Sangdrax is weak and desperate. He'll be much more likely to make a mistake now.
Is your dragon alright?
He doesn't look good. Sangdrax really did a number on his wings. He's got his comeuppance, though. Did you see those wounds on his face and chest? Those will smart for a few 100 years, mark my words. He won't even be able to change form to heal them. When you get wounds like that, they stay for dinner.
Where did the evil dragon go?
He slipped out the portal. You see, thousands of years ago, Samal hid the magic portal to the vortex in the labyrinth. Here in this very cave, to be exact. He figured that it would be safest place to do so. No one would come back into the labyrinth to find it. The portal leads directly to the outskirts of the vortex. We must assume that Sangdrax has already escorted Zar there. In fact, they'll probably go directly to the floating island. Very soon, Zar will begin the reformation unless we stop him.
What do we do now?
Well, that's simple, you see, young fool. We go after him. We have to stop him before he leads Zar to the center of the vortex. They have all the seal pieces which you were so kind as to supply. So nothing stands in the way of the reformation. Whenever you're ready, I'll take us through the portal to the vortex.
Alright, I'm ready to go. Take us through, Zipnab.
Very well. Climb up on my dragon, I'll take us all through.
Before you get very far, Zipnab stops you.
My dragon is wounded, Mr. Insensitive. Why don't you get rid of some of that heavy junk that you've been toting around? It'll make the trip much easier for him.
With a shrug, you go through your belongings and toss aside everything that appears useless. After you're done, Zipnab doesn't say anything more about it, so you guess that you've offloaded enough. Okay, I'm guessing we're gonna be left with the piece of bread. The hint to the Brotherhood Tower puzzle. The little like you buy their time of death or whatever it says. And what else? I can't remember what else I have. So we lost the jar. Okay, we'll go for it. You and Zipnab mount the wounded dragon. Zipnab traces a complex spell which grows to a glowing hoop in space, large enough even to accommodate the dragon. Painfully, the dragon steps through, and a thunderclap later, you arrive at the edge of the vortex. Should we... Now, we're gonna finish this. This will be a slightly longer episode. Okay, so it kept us with the cloth. Oh, with the bread! Oh my god, we kept the bread! And all the books? What? Seriously? All of these random-ass books are important to this final sequence? And the shear. Oh, we love the shear. Everybody likes the shear. Man. But not the poet, not the... Is this the book of poems? Yeah, okay, this is the Brotherhood book. Yeah, definitely gonna be useful here. Handbook. So this is the Kixie Winsey book. This is the Merchant's book. This is the weirdest selection of items. This is so weird. It's like... Really? Okay. Well, let's throw down a save. Alright, platform. Look at. A platform shaped like the complete world seal sits on an edge. Dragon? Can I talk to the dragon? The dragon isn't very talkative. Zipnab communicates enough for both of them.
An impressive sight, don't you think? Hasn't changed a whit since the old days. Actually, after the initial shock of being in another reality wears off, it's kinda boring. See, there's that horizon that goes on forever, and the sinkhole, that's pretty much it. No continents, no convenience stores, nothing.
You were here before? Does that mean you were on the original council?
I never said that. I think someone sent me a picture postcard that said,
"My esteemed leader went to the vortex and all I got was this lousy postcard."
The picture was really nice though. It really did this place justice. It must have had, 256 colors.
Where are Zar and Sangdrax?
Isn't it obvious? They are on the island floating over the sinkhole. Even now they are preparing for reformation. Shouldn't be long until they start the process.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's follow them.
It's not that simple. They had all the seal pieces so they were able to use the magic platform. That's how the council members transported themselves over in the first place. The world seal, or in this case, all of the pieces are set up on the platform. It automatically takes anyone standing there over to the island. Since we don't have the seal pieces, we can't follow them.
Why can't your dragon just fly us there?
Look at him. His wings are shredded in the fight with Sangdrax. He wouldn't even be able to lift off. No, my dragon isn't the way to the island.
What about those stone things that kind of look like paths? They reach all the way to the island. Can we follow them?
Very good, Hoplo. You're very quick. I like you. Those stone things are indeed known as the paths. We Sartan introduced the island to the vortex. When we did so, we flawed the perfect magic that existed here. The reaction rippled through the reality. Other flaws begin to appear. They manifest themselves as the paths. The paths are made of wild magic, chaotic magic. They are unpredictable. They are even dangerous. But they are the only way to the island left to us. You can use them, but you must beware of a few things.
I was thinking that Zipnab might be an anagram for one of the council members. But none of them have a Z.
First, you must travel alone. I cannot go with you. Never has a journey succeeded when there was more than one participant. Second, the wild magic may manifest in other strange ways while you walk the paths. I can't tell you what you might experience. It's different for every traveler. Simply beware and be careful. Don't do drugs.
What will I do if I get to the island? I don't have a magic stone to defeat Sangdrax anymore.
You want me to tell you everything? Maybe you should try thinking on your feet. Well, my guess is that Sangdrax is probably taking your form to lead Zar through the Reformation. If you catch up with them, you'll have to convince Zar that you're really you. Then you'll have to convince him not to go through with the Reformation. As for Sangdrax, well, he probably won't like that you're interfering, so he might try to kill you. Don't let that stop you, though. Get in there, slugger. The whole team's behind you.
He looks at himself and his ragged dragon.
Way behind you.
I'd better get to work. Time's running out.
That's true. You better get going. I wish I had some popcorn. This is gonna be some show.
Okay, so this thing can go here. Or not? I guess I have to walk. Hello. You are on one of the magic paths. A stone arch looms ahead. Beyond it stands someone who looks exactly like you. The other Haplo simply repeats everything you say at the same time you say it. Actually, it's pretty annoying. Would you like some bread? Your double doesn't pay any attention to the bread slice that you hold towards him. Your double holds down his own bread slice towards you. I know what we do. Wait, follow? No. I know exactly what we do. I know exactly what we cast here. Burp! This game is great. You trace the rune structure into the air. As soon as you complete it, the spell races towards your double, but stops and dissolves as it passes through the arch. Something about the arch keeps the magic from reaching him. You cannot directly cast a spell on your double. Your double traces the same spell in the air, but reversed, like a mirror. The spell he tries to cast isn't real, so it doesn't work. Okay. I thought that would have been perfect. So this arch, let me look at this. The stone arch separates you and your double. You stand on one side and he on the other. Your double stares closely at the arch. I mean, I can cast Self-Immolate, but apparently... What is this necklace he's wearing? It's a little weird. Huh. Let's think about this. So I assume he's going to prevent me from going forward. As you try to pass through the arch, your double does the same thing. You end up bumping into each other and no one gets anywhere. Yeah, that's about what I figured. Let's look at our spells. Heat, cold, identify, swap, motion. Transportation, possession, ward, hunger, unravel, illusion, resurrection, self-immolate, null, water. Can I go around? As you tried... No, okay. Huh. Wonder if there's a funny way to die here. I seriously have to know why they decided to let me keep all of these inane books. Really? Like the dirty cloth and the piece of bread? This is just crazy. Any, like, as it indicated, spells I cast are real, but spells he casts are not. But also the arch is going to prevent any spells from being cast directly on him. Let me look at this list again. Unravel illusion. I don't know. None of those seem like they would be helpful. Can we talk? No. What is this necklace he's wearing? I really want to know. Let's try casting... Actually, this isn't gonna work, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. Yeah, it doesn't work. The arch. Can I cast... Unravel illusion on the arch? I don't know. This is the weirdest list of items. Let me keep. So the only ones that seem like they have any application at all are the bow, the cloth, the shear, and the bread. And then my spells. Is there anything else here? Double arch. Maybe we should take a break. Let's split it. We'll take a break. I will see you all in the next one. I don't immediately know what to do here, so I'm gonna have to think about this. You know, having some shower thoughts. Peace. We'll see you all in the next one. Maybe the next one will be like another 45 minutes. We'll make the last 2 episodes a little longer. See y'all later.